He'd be scared of the scantily capped Rabanasian prince, which we all know is not true.
Yeah.
Nello's not scantily clad. She's probably wearing the most clothes out of the female party, isn't she?
Those hot pants.
Her
Ash's
outfit
hot
is
pants.
reasonable.
That's what scares everyone.
Ash's hot pants are not reasonable because they're made of rubber and she lives in the desert. That shit chafes.
What if she
I
oils
think
them?
Penelo's technically probably in a full body rubber suit.
Alright, so what's next? You guys, rope trick
We
ends.
fall
You all
out of
dumped out into
non-dimensional
space.
space.
And the faces are still there?
I flip the faces off.
Lucius stares at Connor and he says, "Gonna go running off to the obviously what looks like awful influence of otherworldliness. You gonna go running after that again?"
Connor says to Lucius, telepathically, "You know, I could do this all day, right? I could just sit here and talk to you in your head."
Yeah. Lucius answers verbally.
You know, Connor, for someone who is constantly on guard for Fey bullshit, you sure fell for that Fey bullshit pretty easily.
Oh, hashtag shots fired.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I
We're
was leaning in that direction, but Gustavus says no. Has absolutely no tact, I see.
Nope. Like a hammer to the face.
What's next?
Lucius tells the others what he saw around the corner while he was hiding from Connor.
More fog?
Or fog and what appeared to be water off in this direction. Or I heard sounds of water running in that direction.
I think we... well, whatever. Keep going.
Keep going where?
We could also go this way.
I'd rather have that Lucius gestures vaguely at this room. I'd rather have that not in my face ever again. Thank you very much.
So where are we going?
All right. We're going to go this way. Is Steely out front or is he in the back?
In the front.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and just put him.
I'm just going to move Steely. I'm basically like 10 feet behind Steely.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to steal you there.
That was not a good idea.
Bear with me just one moment.
You should get that, you should tell that bear to leave the room.
What?
You said there's a bear with you.
The hell are you talking about?
Treble, you can only use dad jokes if you are in fact a dad.
That's not true.
See, he said, "Bear with me 1 second."
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean like there's an animal, the bear, in the room.
I was being facetious and literal. Rickard. Maybe a little bit sassy.
Just looking forward
Maybe the
this
joke was
direction.
just a little over your head.
Yeah, that was a real thinker. There's another T-junction ahead this way. The other direction, the path goes forward maybe 50 feet, then turns sharply left.
What? We don't have levitate currently loaded into the spell gizzard. What's in there?
Levitate.
Oh, it is levitate. I thought we had something else in there.
Oh no, you're right. It's alter self for water breathing.
Right. Okay.
Kind of wishing this rope trick right now.
And there's water in there. So again, mist, thick mist on the ground, right?
And you
And
can
it's
hear dripping and trickling water from that direction.
And there's no color to the mist when the sconce steely gets close to it?
No, it's just looks like regular fog.
Okay.
Do
we currently have a water breathing Lucius?
It hasn't been 24 hours.
Okay.
No.
So
push into the mist, I say.
yeah, I guess we go this way.
However, you've been walking through mist the whole time. As you come across around this corner where the faces were, the fog becomes kind of a ever-present.
Okay.
And then off to your left here is where the sound of the water is coming from, as a passage narrows and curves back away from you.
Here, I'll take the.
Yeah. You put Steely here and you
I'll take
take a
the.
look.
I'll light another torch, and go that way.
I mean, we've got a continual flame coin I can put on Steely and you can get your torch back.
Yeah. Okay. Gus is carrying a torch then.
Okay. Okay, Steely's coming around the corner.
Yeah.
And the tunnel narrows to the point where he has to kind of squeeze through narrow passages, and it comes to a dead end. But at many points through this snake-like tunnel, the trickling of water is apparent on both sides of the tunnel, and the infrequent drip from a stalactite in the ceiling. And there are places where it's pooling up in the floor. And then as Steely comes around the corner, squeezing his way through, the very end of the tunnel is where a lot of the water is pooling up. And so his paws are partially submerged.
Okay. I'll
Connor.
send him back out.
That's me.
How you doing, buddy?
Ego bruised, but other than that, fine.
As you look into this room, as they're exploring, you see a pinpoint of light flutter out from behind one of these columns. It's this yellow light that hangs in the air. And you hear it whisper to you, "Quickly, follow me."
Alex is going to crawl his way down to here, make a light coin and drop it into the water to see how deep it is.
And it's not very deep, maybe a foot or two. And in the very back, where the tunnel is too narrow for you to continue, like you can reach an arm through, it starts to curve and slope downwards, offering a space for the water to slowly drain out and trickle into whatever cavern might be miles below. And Connor, the light flits out of view back behind the column.
Man, last time Connor went chasing voices, he got into so much trouble.
Yeah, I'd really rather you didn't do that again.
Wait, what's going on?
And as Lucius and Numac and Gus come up behind, the light flutters back into view. And you hear it again. "Quickly, we mustn't delay. Follow me." And then it flutters.
Just calls out, "Connor, stop. Wait for the others."
Gus meets Connor's eyes and then mouths the words "Fey bullshit."
Alex will order Steely to run up in line with.
Connor says back to Gus telepathically, "I know," and that's why he keeps going forward.
And then you hear like Lucius, you hear Gus underneath his breath go, "Then why the heck are you going forward? Stop!"
So Connor, you're following the voice. Is that correct?
Lucius calls back. Lucius says back.
I'm asking
to-
Connor a question right now. Connor, you're following the voice?
Connor is following the voice. Untitled Connor game today. I think I'm going to cause trouble on purpose.
Yay! Okay. And Lucius is doing what?
Gustavus. He's a madman, and we're apparently on this merry ride with him.
Gus
So yeah,
looks down,
Connor,
like,
the
"Where
voice.
are my keys?"
The light flits down this way and then takes a right.
Connor does have his bow drawn, but he is very much...
And you're moving
In
forward
my-
cautiously, but not quickly
Yes.
enough as the light darts back. "Quickly, quickly, we mustn't delay. Follow me."
No, Connor holds his ground.
Okay.
I'm right behind you.
Alexander, shall I grab him?
I
Violently?
mean, is Connor? You're just upset. You're not controlled, right?
We mustn't delay. Please, hurry. Follow me.
Oh, wait. Connor shoots the light.
All right, let's roll initiative.
See, that seems more upset to me than mind controlled.
Dang. Still haven't given Gus gift of alacrity either.
It's okay. You know, I was joking about the secret alliance between the Fae, the Fiend, the Undead, and the aberrations.
You were?
Yes. Please don't make that a thing.
All right. So the thing darts back. And Gus, Connor's standing out front. And it's very clear that he's going to fire on this light. Would you like to do anything on your turn?
You know what? I'm gonna do a Florian tribute. Right in this thing's face. Magic missile.
Okay.
Level 1, because I don't have but like one level 2 spell slot left.
Not to be that guy, but I believe that only works on creatures, right?
Oh, this is a creature.
It is a creature. Oh, all right.
You all right? You gonna
Yeah.
be okay?
He's happy to do some violence, it looks like.
That is it level 1 3? Yes. So that is 9 damage.
9
Force.
damage.
And we're going to go far.
And you blast the thing with magic missiles. And as you do, with each impact, it brightly illuminates the area for a while. But by the time you advance, take a few steps forward, it's just bobbing in place like it was.
I'm just going to step forward 10 feet.
Okay. It's going to bring us to my blue guy, and then my green guy, and then my yellow guy.
I don't think the magic missile did anything.
You hear the thing, Gus. You hear it very clearly now that you're the closest to it. It bobs back and forth. And it says, "No need for violence, but your strength may be required. Please, follow me." And then moves down the hallway. That's going to bring us to Connor.
Oh, Connor curses under his breath as he gives chase.
Yeah, there's an opening here, but nobody's looked in that direction yet.
No, I didn't mean to click, actually.
And Connor, as you come around, you see the tunnel continue off in this direction. And you can see a T-junction at the end of it. And the light is bobbing away from you. And doesn't seem to be in much of a hurry either. And as you come around the corner, it repeats, "Please, this way."
Start the next session. Remember when you murdered that wisp that did nothing wrong and loved you unconditionally?
Yeah, but whiff sounds like fake bullshit. So I got 3 arrows with this light's name on it.
You have a magical bow, don't you?
I do.
Okay.
All right. It's a 14 to hit.
14 does not hit.
Okay. Oh, I'm using Slayer's Spray. I'm gonna bring that up since it is a creature apparently, which
Not
is
on
cool.
that first hit, you're not.
Not with the first hit. That is a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's much better. That is 15 piercing. And arrow number 3.
And the second arrow blasts through the thing, and with the sound that sounds like water hitting a still basin, like a resonating, like plop sound, the light dissipates and is no more.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Connor lowers his bow. Well, I moved to get here. I spent all my movement. I used my action. I don't think I got anything I can do with the bonus action, so that's Connor's turn.
Okay, we can come off initiative now.
Connor goes to investigate where the light was.
Ooh, you're putting 50, 60 feet between you and Gus?
Yep. Absolutely. This is Fey bullshit.
Who's looking in here? Who's looking into this room here? Somebody just pinged
Yes.
us.
Trouble it looked like. He might
Treble.
be muted.
Trouble, you're muted.
Yes, I am. I was just like doing my torch around and looking over there. Sorry.
What's your passive perception?
13.
13? Okay. The fog is a little bit thicker in this room than it is in the tunnel outside. And you do have to go through kind of a narrow passage to get into it. But you think you see an unmoving shape sitting in the fog towards the back of the room. A small shape underneath the fog.
Gus is going to take a step forward and he's going to throw the torch at the shape.
Okay. And when you do, whatever it is catches fire. And for a moment, the fog is illuminated in brilliant orange. Whatever the shape was, it's burning now.
Unmoving?
Unmoving.
Yeah.
So your torch is
Yes.
just laying there and you've ignited it. So very, very bright.
Let me go get my
Put
torch.
out? You snuff the torch? Can you snuff the fire?
Gus is going to step forward to where, like, wherever in the room it is, and then like reach down and pick the torch up.
Okay. And whatever it is that you've ignited is some kind of wooden construction, but it's impossible to tell what it is now because it's burning.
Right. Huh.
You-
It's amazing there's dry wood down here in this fog. Is it
One
connected to the...
second.
No, it's just a
Can I-
pile of burning wood.
Could I use prestidigitation to snuff that fire?
I mean, if you just wait a few moments, there's moisture in the air. It'll burn through itself.
Well, I don't want to damage whatever it is to maybe get an idea of what it is.
Oh, that ship has sailed.
Thank you, Gustavus. That's been very helpful.
I mean, it could have got up to attack us.
But yes, you could use prestidigitation to snuff the fire if you like. That's
Lucius would.
explicitly one of the things the spell can do.
Yeah, so yeah, Lucius would at that point.
And whatever it was a small... it wasn't literally a bonfire. It was something made of wood. Small, would be large enough for you to carry. But it's been torched.
Out to the ash.
Yeah, just ash and smoldering wood remains.
Lucius
Connor,
stares at
you're like
Gustavus annoyed for a minute and
You're
then
like
walks.
70 feet away from everybody else.
He sure is. He is investigating where that light was and was snuffed out.
Okay, and now you're standing at the spot where the light was and is snuffed out. And in fact, the arrow that you shot at it is clattered against the wall in front of you.
All right, well, Connor grabs his arrow and just shakes his head. Oh.
Gus is hanging back a little bit because Alex is up here.
You only shot one arrow, correct?
2.
Okay,
First
then-
one missed.
okay, yeah, you can recover one. If you only shoot one, I don't think you can recover it because you can recover half of your arrows, And
That is correct.
no matter what
Alex
happens,
is-
if you only shoot one arrow in the combat, it's gone.
Alex is investigating up here to make sure something else doesn't sneak up behind us, like with the Minotaur situation.
Bear with me just 1 second.
Connor eventually just rejoins.
And it opens up into a larger chamber with another passage off in front of you and another one sharply off to your right. When you look down this way, you can see the stone of the floor and the walls as well start to give way to metal.
Something constructed over here. Alex will cautiously move in a little bit closer.
Okay. Looking across the chamber to the north, you see where there's another passage in each direction, leading away.
And the metal was over here.
Yep, in this alcove over here.
So I'll put Steely on guard, and Alex will go over and take a closer look, investigating for traps as he
As you
starts stepping on anything that isn't stone, basically.
As you get into the alcove, yeah, the stone of the floor gives away to regularly placed metal plates, but they're in bad disrepair. They're heavily rusted, and these same plates form up along the walls and also the tight ceiling of the room. It's only about 10 feet high. In the back of the alcove is a huge rusted head, easily the size of your entire body. Would be impossible for any of you to lift. And
Does it look mechanical?
It looks like a helmet
Okay.
more than anything, and you can't really discern any particular features on it because it's so badly rusted and damaged. But it's just laying on its side in the end of the alcove.
Yeah, Alex would like to inspect the. So is this like basically kind of a cube
Yeah, more or
with
less.
the head mounted in the back?
Pretty much. It's not mounted; it's just laying there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Alex would like to inspect for traps and then make his way over to the head.
Give me an investigation check, please.
Connor says to everyone, the vile fake creature has vanished from us.
That's 18 on investigation.
Okay. You take your time because metal plates in the floor. This is a very artificial chamber, but looking at them, they don't seem to be connected to anything mechanically. No mechanism exists whereby they can be moved or opened or slid around. They're bolted down into the floor, and many of the bolts that were holding them in place, drilled down into or pounded down into the stone, have gone missing or have been pulled out, and some of them have been just damaged by wear and tear over time. And in your investigation, you also find trickles of water running down behind some of them. But
Connor,
nothing dangerous.
sorry. Connor, your vigilance is much appreciated. What
So
are you
yeah, I'm
thinking,
gonna-
Alex?
After checking the floor, I'll check the helmet itself and see like what's left of this thing.
Like I said, it's huge. It's easily the size of Alex's entire body. A creature with this with a head this large could not physically fit in this alcove. And you can't even really move it or maneuver it in every way, but it looks like at one time it might have been the statue of some enormous metal construction, or the head of some enormous metal construction. But again, there's no moving parts, and it's impossible to see any or discern any features on the thing's face.
Sure. Looks like a metal statue or helmet that's long destroyed by rust and time. Nothing animate, nothing mechanical.
Okay. Very well. I guess we
Too bad.
continue looking around.
Too bad we're here like to save the city of Dunfoss, because this always strikes me as like something that would be very interesting to you, Alexander. The cultural archaeological significance.
Yeah. No, I'd love to actually do a dig down here sometime.
What's next?
Good luck getting a team down here to do such a thing.
We've got the drop ships. My vote's for head over here just to. Pretty sure that should connect back.
And it does indeed.
Yeah. Okay. Just mark it off the list of places we can attack from.
Looking off to the
no
right
matter how
from
much-
here, the tunnel curves away from you, but very, very gradually. In fact, looking in this tunnel, the fog very quickly dissipates on the floor, and it takes on the description of one of these purple worm tunnels that you followed to get here. And it looks like it just stretches off to the edge of your vision.
So what we've been told about the purple worm tunnels is they were made by a drow who have enslaved.
Yeah. That's how drow sneak up on you to.
There
Capture.
are also many natural purple worm tunnels all over the Underdark, but yeah, the drow use these creatures to basically so they don't have to carve tunnels themselves. And in front of you, 40 or 50 feet, the tunnel narrows somewhat until it comes to a fork in the road.
All right.
And looking to the right, the path goes forward and then curves away from you. And looking to the left, it comes to a T-juncture.
I think we go.
Always go right, right?
Yep.
And as you approaching in this direction, you start hearing the sound of dripping and trickling water ahead of you. Once again.
Again. The tunnel back here, this little sneaky tunnel, that's... Alexander said that would probably be, like, I'm pretty sure Alexander's explained what a purple worm, like how big this kind of a thing is, right?
This is way too narrow to be a purple worm tunnel.
Yeah.
And so
Okay.
is the tunnel that you're in. The one you're in now is
Okay.
only 5 or 7 feet across.
So either hollowed out by time or something smaller than that.
And it comes forward to another T-junction after it goes around the bend.
Is this a wall?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just making sure.
If you want to move Steel, you can just put him 10 feet ahead of you.
Okay.
Makes things easier.
I'm gonna peek my head down there and put steel here.
Looking forward, the tunnel continues on, then sharply turns in one direction. And looking in this direction, Gus, you see it widen a bit into a larger room with an alcove. In this alcove, you see a plinth made out of some kind of lightly colored stone. It's maybe 4 or 5 feet high, and it's carved with vertical inscriptions in a language you don't read and probably don't even recognize.
Guys, there's a plinth down here. It's got weird. I need a smart person to look at this.
Sure.
An academic type. Gus is more of a trade school person.
What languages are we looking at this plinth with? Let's start
Oh.
there.
Yeah, who's getting in there first? Because
I usually let Lucius handle this kind of thing.
yeah, Lucius isn't walking into the room first. Like, let's be honest with that.
Okay. Gus will walk to the other side over here.
Yeah, then I'll. We're looking at Common, Elvish, Infernal. I think if you want to give it 10 minutes, I can put a. I think I have government languages. Let me double check. Yes, I do. Wait, no, that can't be. Yeah, it can't be. Yeah, no, it would just be an action. Yeah, but Common, Elvish, Infernal.
And what is Connor packing? If you're also approaching the plinth.
I think I've mentioned this before, but for some reason, D&D Beyond puts telepathy as one of my languages.
That's okay.
I always find that funny. Common, Draconic, Infernal, and Sylvan.
Connor.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Make an intelligence check.
Sure.
I said make an intelligence check, not make a terrible noise.
Oh, so close. That's a 7. 6. It's a 6.
You recognize the glyphs look like they might be some kind of offshoot of ancient Sylvan. Can't be sure.
And Connor says that to the group. Looks kind of Sylvanish.
I might be able to glean more information. At least the literal meaning of the words. The idiosyncrasies of the language might be unusual, but I can do it.
Yeah, Alex sets up himself, and Steely is watching the tunnels if he wants to spend the 10 minutes to cast Comprehend.
Alex, what languages are you packing?
Alex has the languages of Common, Deep Speech, Gnomish, and Undercommon.
Give me an intelligence check at advantage.
That's 22.
You recognize the glyphs as the Drow language. The glyphs, however, are very formal. This is an alphabet that would not be used for just common correspondence between Drow. This is used for a very formalized purpose. Being a creature from the Underdark yourself, you would be aware that the Drow have a very strict caste system.
Mm-hmm.
And the upper castes would use this sort of language in formal contexts. However, the plinth itself is not arcane. There's nothing magical about it.
Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and pull the trigger on this. I'll go ahead and cast Comprehend Languages while touching the plinth.
The inscription on the plinth reads, in this formal Drow tongue, "If thy redemption be near, speak, and thou art admitted. If thy redemption be past, remain silent, and thy fate be sealed."
Lucius translates for the group.
Connor raises an eyebrow.
Do Drow count as fey bullshit?
No.
I mean, technically they're
Actually,
humanoids.
That
Yeah.
actually does not take a concentration slot, so therefore, I understand the literal meaning of all languages spoken right now for the next hour.
What's in this room?
It's an empty chamber, but in the back alcove of it, made of the same kind of stone, lightly colored stone, which is definitely out of place. It's definitely a construction that has been moved here. But instead of being a plinth, it's an archway, a doorway. And it's carved just right here. And beyond it is nothing, just an empty alcove.
And what did the plinth say again?
If thy redemption be near, speak, and thou art admitted. If thy redemption be past, remain silent, and thy fate be sealed.
Do you think? Do you think the Drow dumped people in these tunnels as punishment? I don't know much about them.
I mean,
Seems
they
like-
wouldn't need an excuse for punishment. They would just dump you in those tunnels because they're Drow.
Gus, make a history check. Actually, Alex, you can also make this history check at advantage.
I confess that I know very little of Drow society.
Yeah, that's a 4.
How'd Alex do?
28.
Alex, Gus is showing some pretty severe soft lander privilege here. He's thinking of this territory as like being a big cave. It's not. The area where you're in fact, most of the Underdark, whether you're in cobweb caves like this or big open areas as before, the Drow and other cultures that live here would consider to be outdoors. And you don't just release your prisoners outdoors. If there is a Drow settlement around here and they have prisoners, this would be the equivalent of like the Moss Caps arresting somebody in Dunfoss, marching them out of the city limit, and just letting them go. And being like, don't get into trouble, and maybe you'll get eaten by monsters. It would not make any sense for the Drow to do that.
Also, don't call me Softlander, please. I feel like the intonation of that word makes it a bit problematic.
There is definitely a Drow word for Softlander that is the equivalent of a racial slur against all of you, except Alex.
That's fine.
They have a more different racial slur for Alex.
I mean, I feel like
they
the
call
Drow
deep gnomes the stool people.
I feel like every word in the Drow language that is for another race is a racial slur.
They probably have a bunch of words for other Drow that are racial slurs. What's next?
I feel like I don't think this is like leads them to anywhere. I think this is like be more like a
Curiosity
Yeah.
more than anything. I think that it would involve something that we have yet to discover.
probably. I'm thinking it determines like guilt. Helps determine like you go through it and
Guilt
if you're
of what?
guilty.
What?
There's
of
no
what crime?
magic to any of this though, right? It's just an inscription.
Oh no, the archway is extremely magical.
Oh, the archway's magical. Okay.
Then
I mean, not gonna lie, I'm a little curious.
Is there any like rocks or anything laying around?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, I pick a rock and throw it at the archway.
You do that, and it clatters to the ground on the other side.
Okay. So did it go through the archway?
It sure did.
Okay.
There's no going around the archway because it's kind of built into the wall. There's no way to get to the other side of it without going through it. There is a space above it where you might be able to squeeze somebody past. Like Alex could probably do it without shedding his equipment, depending on what he's carrying.
Oh, Brick Road.
No.
are there any arcane markings along the archway?
Arcane markings? No.
Yeah.
Brick Road. Stargate, yes or no?
I'm not familiar with Stargate. I'm sorry. I know that it exists.
Okay, sorry.
I was a
Big
fan.
circle
I was a
in a
fantasy
room,
kid,
walk
not a
through the-
sci-fi kid.
Big circle in the room. Walk to other planets through the circle.
Sure.
I don't know. I think unless one of
Maybe-
you guys want to touch it and poke it a little bit, I think we should just save this for later.
I'm intensely curious, but I don't want to. I don't want to run the risk of triggering something dangerous in the meantime.
I think what I'm most afraid of is like this opening up and then like a legion of drow just marching in, and then we've got to deal with drow, fey fiends, aberrations, and undead.
Would you stop trying to trigger our friend Connor, please?
Let's first of all, his perpetual state is triggered.
You guys know I'm right behind you, right? Like you're talking about me like I'm not here.
And you're triggered.
Trying to be nice about it.
What's next?
Looks like we're heading down to the right.
Or were we going to go this way? Do we want to go back this way? I think we should just check back over here.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gus, as you're heading in that
I mean-
direction, you can hear the sound of dripping and trickling water. As again.
It's fine. Do you have if you have something, speak up. Like I
No,
just figured we could just go this way, continue down the path we were on.
There's bad stuff every way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's all bad.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it curves around.
Huh?
And as you come through, it gets quite narrow again, to the point where you're squeezing towards the end. And again, water is trickling in down the walls, and pulling up in places. And at the two extreme ends, where it's too narrow for you to continue, there are places for the water to pull up and slowly drain away.
Okay. It's a dead end. It's just
Blood fog, don't look, purple worm tunnel. Orb. I just noticed orb.
Orb is good.
Off to the south, the tunnel does continue in that direction.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I didn't mean to snatch Lucius from you.
It's fine.
I feel like Lucius would find that very
Oh, he
disturbing.
would. He would absolutely be offended by that.
If you'll bear with me just one moment.
Gotta get that bear out of that room, Brick Road.
Mm-hmm. Keeps getting
Even
funnier.
funnier the second time you tried it.
I hear feet go in your socks.
That is funny, though. See, everybody laughed.
I love you, Treble. Please don't be mad.
It opens up into this large intersection chamber.
Don't worry, McDohl. If looking stupid was something I was worried about, I would never do anything. So we're
I mean,
just
you're
gonna-
not wrong. You're not wrong,
The
honestly.
passage continues to the south in this fashion.
Is this a dead end?
No, the path also does continue in that direction.
No, he means this little alcove right here.
This little alcove right here.
Okay,
That's
gotcha.
okay. So
Oh yeah, those are dead ends.
So Gus is gonna walk over and just peeking down there.
Okay.
30 feet of light and then dark vision.
It turns sharply to the right.
Mm.
Connor,
Oh, baby.
bringing up the rear, you hear to the south a voice call out, "Help me!"
Any
I was
little
just thinking
twinkle.
that.
No twinkle of light, just you hear the voice.
We heard that if Connor says something, Gus will say, "Well, we heard somebody plead for help in that caved in thing on the other side, but they didn't answer when I tried to assist." So
Connor, you're grinding your teeth over there.
A fork in the road ahead of you. Actually, the North Fork doesn't look like it goes anywhere.
Just fey bullshit, Lucius. Just fey bullshit.
I'll go off on your own, please.
we got a dead end and a path and a fork.
Numac, you're with me.
All right, and Gus kind
This
of
path
waves
goes
his.
down south a bit, then curves off to the right.
is there anything in here?
Oh, looks like a dead end.
All right.
And when Scrappy gets down this far, there's a mortar wall here with a heavy iron banded wooden door leading into it.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Gus.
I'll call out. We got fortifications over here.
Gus, get
What?
over here. Get over here. Gift of alacrity. Man.
Like, I've been wondering about that. I wasn't going to say anything because I wanted to see how long it would take you to remember.
Yeah.
And the answer is 3 hours.
Is this
You could
What's the-
ask.
what
Go
is
ahead.
this made of?
So the wall, it's brick and mortar. And then there's
Yeah.
a wooden door with strong iron bands. There's a keyhole in the...
Is there significant rust on it?
No, actually.
Interesting.
Fascinating.
Yeah, let's go ahead and check for traps.
Okay, roll initiative.
Is the door a mimic?
Oh,
That's an initiative then.
Oh man, door mimic.
Classic.
Is it?
I actually
It's
don't
a.
need a new shit because I can just use the one that I have here. You improved. You did not.
Oh no, 22. 19.
I have a lot of notes I have to coordinate all at once. All right, so you're approaching the door and you're going to check for traps?
Yep.
I need Scrappy to make a dexterity saving throw.
You got it.
Or Steely, or whatever the hell his name is.
Steely gets a dex save of 6. 14.
Would Steely like to be in this square or this square?
He'd like to be closer to Connor.
Okay.
He loves Connor.
Aww.
Connor's super squishy and totally needs Steely more than those of us with Gus.
Gus, right
Yeah.
behind you, as Alex approaches the door and starts getting out his tools that he's going to futz around with a little bit, you hear a sharp metallic clack, and when you look back, dozens of blood-stained metal hooks and spikes have emerged from the wall, facing inward, making not an impassable barrier, but one that looks extremely painful. Steely might be and even Connor might be able to safely come through this way, because as they do, they'll be pushing the hooks out of their way, but as they snap back into place going the other direction, you would not have the same advantage.
Fellas, I have a solution to get us out of this. Don't worry about it. Just
Gus.
don't try to move past it.
It's your turn.
It's my turn. I don't. I'm just gonna dodge.
Dodge.
I'm gonna move 5 feet to the side and dodge.
Connor, it's your turn.
All right. So these are giant, sharp, bloody razor hooks that are going this way.
And you can look through them and see your companions on the other side. You can safely move through them as though they're difficult terrain in that direction.
Yeah, not. I don't have a grasp of what the danger is other than these hooks that I probably can't grab and like try to shove or push out of the way or anything, right?
I mean, you can push them out of the way as you're heading through, but once you're through, they'll snap back into place, and then you're
No.
on the other side.
Definitely not. That's not the thing I want to do.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, let's dodge.
Dodge.
Who the hell knows what's coming?
Lucius has a plan, I hear.
Lucius has a very excellent plan, and it involves a trick that one Terran Kazmaier pulled way back when.
Is it
Lucius is
etherealness?
activating Arcane Gate. So, as one action, go ahead and cast that. Create a linked teleportation portals that remain open for the duration. Choose 2 points on the ground that you can see, 1 point within 10 feet of you, and 1 point within 500 feet of you. A circular portal, 10 feet in diameter, opens each point. The portal would open in a space occupied by a creature. If your spell fails, casting is lost.
Lucius,
Hmm.
this was a triumph. I'm
Making a note here. Huge success. As
Go ahead and
Lucius.
draw where your arcane gates are opening.
You see my little green lines? There and
Well,
there.
they're not going to function if they're green. One needs to be orange, the other needs to be blue.
Okay, Brick Road, if it'll make you happy.
We literally played this game together. Do not play dumb with me, sir.
Did you when you play it together, your portals are not orange and green now?
That's true. But they're,
Yeah, but this
They're
is
not
single
green
player.
either.
This isn't multiplayer.
So you're putting one of the gates behind you on the wall and another one in front of you on the opposite side of the bladed hell corridor.
Yes.
And then
So-
moving or staying put?
Hang on. No, I'm absolutely moving. And swoop. Hi, Connor.
And you're staying put there?
Yeah.
Lucius,
Sir.
behind you and to your left, you hear the clatter of stone. And then, from around the corner,
I don't want to hear that. Don't say things like that, Brick Road.
so are you in this square?
Yeah.
So I can put a guy here, and then I can put a guy
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Two drow wearing looks like studded leather armor, but a pale gray leather studded with black bladed hook-like pieces of metal, and each one armed with a buckler held in one hand and a pale white glowing blade in the other. And they come around the corner and they start to tear you up. They're shouting something at you in the drow language. Can you still understand drow?
I can understand all spoken languages.
Okay. They're yelling at you to get back in the cage.
Okay.
I'll give you one chance to use your reaction to comply. To take a 5-foot step back through the arcane gate. This deal is on the table. In 3, 2, and now
Yeah.
they're attacking. Okay. So you step back through the gates. Let me make sure they have, how much movement do they have? I think one used all his movement just to get there. This one has 1 step left. So Connor, this one takes a step towards you
Okay.
and just holds his sword out in front of him, and he barks the same order to you. He would absolutely attack you this turn if he could, but he doesn't have another step to take.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear another voice. And now I have to ask a very intrusive question. Of Connor specifically. Everybody else is kind of too far away.
All right. All right. What's up?
Is Connor what you would call a gay man?
No.
No.
He is bisexual.
Oh, okay. This is good either way then.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, bisexual.
I feel like you're the only player that actually makes that decision ahead of time for your character.
Oh no, I do too.
It always comes up that you're the super.
I thought it was cleared with well, all right, yeah, bisexual. Never been directly asked. Let's put it that way.
A gorgeous, just gorgeous human male comes around the corner. No shirt, bronzed skin. He's like has well-toned muscles, but he's not like pure weirdo beefcake. He's got this beautiful windswept hair.
I think we call that a twunk.
I don't know the terminology. You're going to have to inform me. He's wearing leather pants, very
Of course he
tight.
is.
And I mean, we can get a good look at the package.
He looks like
And black leather boots. And his movements are just graceful and beautiful. And when he speaks to you, it's like listening to poetry. I'm going to need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay.
Baby, he's a plant?
That's a 21.
He's immune to your,
The man
he's
tells
immune to
you.
your charms.
The man tells you that it would be such a shame to mar the beautiful specimen that is your body. And he would implore you to simply listen to his companions, and this will all be over very quickly. However, you are not charmed by the creature. But for a moment, just a moment, you felt like a teenage boy again, having fallen head over heels, and the feeling evaporates.
Oh, Connor thought about it for sure. He thought about it.
And
But he's already been charmed once this dungeon. He's like, nah.
and that
They're going to be so mad if it happens again.
Listen.
Like, ugh.
if Connor had to choose going in, would he rather be charmed by the beautiful physical specimen or the horrific howling floor faces?
I mean, it's Connor. Like, flip a coin.
And you can see on the man's face that he knows you've resisted the charm. And his face flashes with horrible anger for just a moment before he catches himself and smooths out again.
When he does that, Connor says to himself, I can fix him.
Oh,
No.
Excellent. I love it. I love it.
Just
I'm
makes
very
me
happy
laugh.
right now.
Alex,
Yeah.
how you doing?
All right. Let's.
That's not your turn.
Oh.
There's a yellow marker up here. It's Yellow's turn. I
Sure.
have a natural 1 to hit you.
That does not hit.
As you go, I mean, you're in front of the door when all this goes down. So in the last few
I'm
seconds,
going towards the door to fix
all the
it.
metal, you have your little probe just in your hand, and your head is turned back because the spikes have come out of the wall, and you saw Lucius jump through a portal and then jump back, and then you heard Connor speak to somebody, although you don't know who spoke to him.
Mm-hmm.
Then you hear a snarling from behind you, and the keyhole has opened up, and inside is a lashing tongue and gnashing teeth, and it reaches out to bite you, but misses.
Oh,
Okay.
called it.
Mimic.
Door
Thorny
mimic.
mimic.
That's going to
I love-
bring us to Numac. Now, you've got the arcane gate open, and Numac can work his way through this as though it's difficult terrain, but it will be very, very painful.
So, what's nice is this arcane gate's there for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Or concentration, so if you want to get rid of that thing, hit Lucius.
Well, Numac's-
Otherwise, Numac is absolutely happy to go ahead and protect Alexander by attacking the surprisingly revealed mimic that everyone saw coming.
I don't know. It was kind of up in the air for a minute there. I was like, oh,
Yeah, there was enough other things in the encounter to.
I mean, the mimic door
There's
is
a lot.
my addition to this dungeon.
There's a lot going on right now, and just the mimic seems more pressing right now.
It's fair.
That's a nat 1 to hit,
No,
and that's a 23 to hit.
that'll hit.
You're looking at some looking at D8 for that, and then is it 2D8 or 3D8? It's really hard to navigate this friggin' stat block.
Why, step blocks are hard. They're printed in plain English and everything.
Does this mimic care about slashing or psychic damage?
Nah, sir.
Okay, then you're looking at a total of 19 slashing and psychic damage for that hit.
Okay.
And then the third hit, because Numac is superpowered now, that is a 9 to hit.
9 does not hit.
Okay,
Uh,
that's it for Numac's turn.
Actually, Numac doesn't get a third slash.
Oh,
Because the second
no?
slash that impacts the creature does not come free of the door. It's
Oh.
as though the blade is lodged partially in the door, but you watch as the wood of the door kind of gloms around it, holds it fast.
That sucks.
Numac's choice at this point is either to let go of the sword or continue to hold it, since he does not have another action to wrench it free right now.
So, question.
Mm-hmm.
since he is being skinned as a Kensei monk,
Sure.
how does that affect? Oh, he has an unarmed strike. Okay, but it's just he was being skinned as a Kensei monk. So,
You
all
can
right, okay, never mind.
punch
Yeah,
the door
so
with
you
his
can
third
still-
attack if he wants.
No, that's fine.
Okay, well, I mean, the third attack missed in any event. And Numac is staying
Yeah,
put
it
there.
missed anyway. Yeah, Numek's gonna stay there.
That's going to bring us to Alexander.
Let's
Alexander,
go ahead.
you would have
Yeah.
advantage on the saving throws going through the blades if you chose to do so.
Okay. If the door can take attacks of opportunity, it will get one right now.
It will. And there's another nat 1 from the door. This is the best door.
I mean, it's a door.
The people who are talking seem a little bit more like a prescient issue. Also, I can shoot the door better from back here. Let's go ahead and take a shot on this guy.
Okay.
Sharpshooter through the rubble.
Oh, you've got sharpshooter. It's not gonna. But
Yeah, sharpshooter through the blades. Yeah.
technically, you're also able to just shoot through the arcane gate.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's
I
no
thought it was
reason-
opaque.
It. Let's see. Let me double check the spell. I'm sorry.
Glowing rings filled with mists.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I guess opaque.
A ring is only visible from one side, but I'm assuming he chose the outside face
Okay.
of the ring.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Let's give him a shot through the arcane. Let's just do the math. So that's gonna be hitting an armor class of 20.
20 will hit.
For 10 magical piercing damage, and a second shot on this guy in front.
Okay. Oh, so you shot the door with that?
No, I'm shooting through the. I'm shooting this. I keep shooting it. I've shot this guy twice now.
Both shot on the drow. So it's 20 damage
Yeah.
from the first shot?
No, 10 damage from the first shot. Second attack hits an armor class of 29.
That will also hit.
That will deal 11 magical piercing. Third attack. This guy's pretty easy to shoot. Let's see if I can get him with a sharpshooter. That'll hit an armor class of 19.
That'll hit.
For 30. No, wait. 22 magical damage.
2.
Piercing.
And he is bloodied.